Now we come to the topic of who do we reach out to? Because of social distancing and people's fear of the virus, the pandemic has made it harder for us to reach out to random strangers on the streets. Who are we then to reach out to? Believe it or not, there's specific people that God wants us to reach out to. There's a strategic way by which the gospel travels most effectively. There are many examples in the Bible where when an individual got saved, not only him, but his entire household got saved. Examples of that in the Old Testament are Noah, Abraham, Lot, Rahab. In the New Testament are Lydia, Cornelius, the Philippian jailer, the Samaritan woman, and the Gerasenes demoniac. It's part of God's plan to save not only you, but your entire oikos as well. Oikos is a Greek word that simply means household, and it includes your family members, your relatives, close friends, and even your network of associates. Essentially, people with whom you already have a relationship with. This is the most effective way of evangelism. The percentage of people coming to faith through personal relationship, that is through a friend or an acquaintance explaining the gospel to them on a one-to-one basis, is about 75 to 90%. That makes sense because they already have a relationship with you, they know you, they trust you, and if they're still friends with you, chances are they still like you. And they're much more prone to listen to what you have to say than a total stranger. And if they know you well enough, they not only have your words to convince them, but a testimony of a life lived out before them to back you up. So we're going to try to make an oikos list. And before we do that, I want to share something real quick. It's not easy for us to love many people at once, right? And even Jesus did not try to do that, right? The strategy that Jesus used, even though he did preach to the masses, he concentrated most of his time on his disciples, right? On the 12 disciples. And out of the 12, he spent more time focused more of his energy with the three, Peter, James, and John. And out of the three, on one, Peter, right? Peter was his right-hand man. And so we're going to use that same strategy to try to reach out to the people that God has placed in our lives. So we're gonna do a time of practice, and we're gonna make a list of people in our Oikos network of all who are not following Jesus. So take the next 10 minutes or so to list all the people in your Oikos network who are not following Jesus. And after you complete that list, prayerfully ask God to show you 5 people whom you can build a relationship and share the gospel with for the next 3 months. And then out of that, one person you can focus on spending more time with and sharing the love of Christ and maybe even beginning a discipling relationship with them. And then start to pray for these people daily. After the 3 months are up, come back to the Oikos list and prayerfully reassess and see if you need to continue to reach out to these same group of people, or if you can move on and find a new group of people with whom you can share the gospel with and reach out to.